Nearly 3,000 wildfire evacuees from the Northwest Territories are now temporarily calling Calgary home. But for some, the issues are complicated and layered. Community outreach advocates say almost immediately they began providing services to vulnerable evacuees.
We were very surprised. We thought that we wouldn't see folks kind of trickle into the core in this sort of state of need for, maybe a week or a few days later, but within the first day, we absolutely found that very interesting.
And some hotels hosting evacuees have already started to report social disorder. Police say between midnight on Monday and noon on Wednesday, there were 60 calls in relation to evacuees, and private security has been hired to help.
Of course, it's a time of crisis in their lives, so with increased attendance into our city, we're going to see increased calls for service.
Officials say there are roving teams of support workers visiting hotels, and police say they believe they have enough resources.
Right now, we've got the right number of resources, adequate number deployed day and night shift to respond to these events. We're able to easily handle all the calls for service around social disorder throughout the city.
But there are still concerns about what happens to evacuees if they decide to stay in Calgary.
Some of these folks might end up being in Calgary for quite some time as well, which of course adds a layer of complexity to the current housing crisis that we already have here in the city.
The emergency operations says it can only help and keep in touch with evacuees who have registered with the city.
Some people will perhaps make a decision that they would stay longer here in Calgary, and we'll deal with individual cases as they come up.
Evacuees who haven't registered are being asked to do so at the reception center at the Westin Hotel near the airport from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tracy Nagai, Global News.